This week on the Best Flarking Podcast, we have new stills from the Power Rangers movie. Sebastian Stan has some Instagram wishful thinking. Nick is in love with Death Stranding, and you guys will probably know how I feel about it. Zelda looks to crush everything on Earth and make the Switch a must-buy. Capcom officially confirms their worst-kept secret of a brand new Marvel vs. Capcom game. And then it's the 2 section of Last of Us 2, Luke Cage getting a renewed season, and Guardians 2 having a brand new trailer. On top of that, the Mummy reboot trailer. We've got confirmed John Romita fucking wings for Spider-Man. And next week has some absolutely must-buy games for some people, whether you're a Japan nerd for RPGs or a cool guy like me with Dead Rising. And we'll talk about all of that on this week's episode of the Best Flarking Podcast. He's Reej, I'm Dunners. Hit the music.
And then there came a day like many others. The Best Flarking Podcast. Your nerd's eye view of TV, film, comics, and video games. With you as always, your mother flarking hosts, Dunners and Reej. Fellas, show them who they're flarking with.
Oh, man. So, yeah, like we said last week, that music's getting a little old in the tooth, man. If you guys got something fresh and tasty for us, you should definitely hit us up because we would love to switch out our music.
I wonder what copyright stuff is like on podcasts. As long as we're not making money, I wonder what we can...
Well, I mean, we absolutely can do whatever we want with our music because that's a reinterpretation of the X-Men animated cartoon theme that we have made. That's not... No one owns the rights to that particular keyboard-made version of that song. So... Sucker D. But yeah, so it's episode 38.
Yeah, 38.
Episode 38. It's 12/4. Currently happening right now is the SmackDown WWE pay-per-view.
Is it Hove's birthday?
It is. It's the GOAT. Hove! Ha your boy!
It's The Rock!
Beyonce! You killing him, Kanye. I guarantee he doesn't say you're killing it, Kanye, anymore.
No.
Apparently, those guys have a lot of static.
They gotta talk.
I gotta greet everyone. Hello, good people in the multiverse. Thank you for joining us on this amazing episode of the Best Flarking Podcast. I am jacked up through the roof with a 5-hour energy right now.
Yeah, he is. He's going.
It's on fire. I'm in minute 12 of my 5 hours of energy. You guys are getting the full Dunners tonight.
And I'm a little depleted. I just got done playing 4 hours of my Overwatch Season 3 placement matches.
And he placed, baby.
I placed.
And where did you place
2033.
Right now? Hey, man, that's almost plat, dude. And that's,
almost.
And I will say this. Dude, I forgot to bring this up like 2 weeks ago because I was doing the PC guy thing and talking massive amounts of shit. So, as we all know, very rarely am I wrong. Almost never.
Of course not. No, well, never. Almost rarely.
Yeah, it's almost never. But about a month or two back, I was talking about how there's a very big delineation between the console players of Overwatch and the PC players and how much harder it is to play on PC.
Yeah.
And part of that, I believe, is still very true. But I have to go ahead and make an addendum to that because there's a very talented Lucio player out there who is the best Lucio player in the world on console, who posted all these amazing videos on YouTube, and they are amazing. We'll get some links in the liner notes and all that good stuff for you. But he got harassed a ton by trolls on his YouTube channel, being like, you'd never be able to fucking do that on PC. Never, ever, 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 ever. So what did he do? He hooked up his PlayStation controller to a PC and decided that he was going to go ahead and play nothing but PC Overwatch as Lucio to show what's up. And a short month later, he was 4,200, which is the Grandmaster status, making him the best Lucio player on console and in the top 3 Lucio players in the world on PC.
Yeah, he fucking slayed.
And he did it all using a controller. So I have to take it back and say, some of you dudes with controllers are fucking nuts and you guys are really, really good. I don't think you could do that with, say, like a Widowmaker or a Hanzo as opposed to like somebody on the PC.
No,
but with a Lucio, I bow down and say that you console players are as good, if not clearly better, than our PC counterparts. So I apologize for that. And to round off Overwatch talk, I also placed this season. And as we know, I'm PC snob, sort of. I play a bunch of console games, but I'm pretty PC oriented if it comes down to it.
Sure.
But I placed at 30-35. So I'm in the diamond range. I'm 2 steps down from master and grandmaster. But I'm hoping this season I will make master or grandmaster and secure that Flarking invite to the combine so we can show everyone what's up.
Sweet invite.
So that's out of the way. And I also forgot to tell you, Reach. I forgot to tell you a lot of things this week.
I guess so.
Over on my own personal Society 6 store, we're going to be putting up a Best Flarking t-shirt because we don't have any printed up right now. So we're just going to have if you want a Best Flarking t-shirt or a Best Flarking hat, we will have something up there for you in the interim until we can get a better option for you. Honestly, full disclosure, I would say don't buy them from the Society 6 because we'll make the least amount of money there.
Right.
But if you absolutely have to have it, and it's a great way to fucking push our agenda, our Flarking agenda forward and get more people and more eyes on the podcast and all that good stuff. Plus, we're working on coming up with some really cool design stuff for random ass catchphrases that we say on the show, like our good friend Drewby Soho. Shout out to Drewby.
Shout out to Drewby.
His favorite quote from the show is, "All of my non-comic book friends are geese." So we're gonna make a shirt that just somewhere down the line that just says, "All of my friends are geese," and people will understand what that's about. Probably put a mean ass goose with like a ginger beard to honor Drewby on it.
It's fantastic.
That's how we'll do it. But did you see this? Did you see this Alpha 5? This
yeah.
This Michael Bay looking Alpha 5 that we got going on here. This kind of like Mac and Me meets like the fucking pit crew.
It is very Mac and Me.
It's Mac and Me meets the fucking pit crew from episode 1 Pod Racer. Remember like the little fucking droids that are like, oh, you gotta punch him on the nose. Like, I know that I'm asking people to look back to episode 1. I get it, guys. It sucks, but
it's difficult.
Bear with me. It looks like if we mixed all of that shit together and then kind of also Michael baited up a bit.
Yeah.
And that's what Alpha 5's new look is. I gotta say,
it's bizarre, man.
I'm personally not into it. I don't.
No,
I hate
it.
His head kind of looks like batteries not included.
I don't know what the light bulbs are all about, or the fucking the eyeball.
But like if you put your fingers up in front of it like that anime craze where you hide your boobs and vagina with your fingers. Tell me you have seen that craze going around.
Nope.
Oh man, we'll talk about that next. But if you do the anime meme thing that's going around, and you put your fingers up and you block out his shoulders, doesn't his head look like the star of Batteries Not Included? Remember Batteries Not Included?
I don't.
From the little alien spaceship, like the little alien robot guys who like come into a Brooklyn apartment building while all the people are getting evicted, and then they help everyone. No. You've never seen Batteries Not Included?
No, man.
Oh, you're fucking up. We're spending a day, and you and I are gonna watch Batteries Not Included.
All right.
But Batteries Not Included is a fucking classic, bro.
I'm gonna have to.
You've cut me deep.
I guess so. Damn.
If you want to talk about how to wound me, it's not seeing Batteries Not Included. Next thing you're going to tell me you haven't seen Gremlins 2, The New Batch, or fucking Monster Squad.
Hey, now.
I mean, have you seen the Monster Squad?
Yeah, of course.
I'm making sure, because I'm fucking... After finding out you haven't seen Batteries Not Included, I don't fucking know. Like, it's one of those things where
I don't even know who you are anymore.
Do you even like anything? Do you even like it? Do you even care? Do you even care about anything that's important, dude? Like, do you even know anything?
Mad as hell.
Do you even know anything about anyone, dude?
God.
Come on. Final Fantasy 15 is rotting your goddamn brain. You don't even see Batteries Not Included.
Whoa. Hey, guy.
Go and chill with your little bros. But yeah, to go back to this Alpha thing, why is he fat?
Why is he anything? Why does Rita look the way she does? Why do the Zords look the way they do?
I mean, I'll tell you what. I don't mind the Zords. And the funny thing is I love that everyone's been like, oh, man, when are they going to show a video of the Zords? The compositing software that I use, Nuke, on their tutorial site has footage from Power Rangers with the Zords fighting from the movie, like 2 years in advance. It's awesome. Yeah, I'll get you the link to Nuke's site so you can see the Zords fighting. They look great.
Okay. Well,
but like, here's the thing: is like,
but you gotta have a new rendition for this live action. Sure,
but
shit,
like, Alpha's a robot. This looks like an alien guy.
Yeah, it looks organic or like some
He looks like all of those things, batteries not included, and he kind of looks like the aliens from Independence Day a little bit.
Yep. The little things inside the suits, right?
Yeah, like his little tendrils and like his like veininess.
Yeah.
Like he looks.
I don't like it.
And it also looks weird because it kind of looks like he's wearing a sombrero. I'm not feeling this guy.
I know. His eyeballs are part of the sombrero.
I am absolutely feeling the way that Miri looks in as Rita Repulsa, though. I like the way Rita looks, because here's the thing: is like I feel like they're going with I'm gonna totally fucking bork her name and not get it right, but Divatox. Somebody call me out if I'm wrong about that. She looks kind of like Rita and Divatox mixed together, like Divatox being the broad who lived in the I'm talking like from the 40s. You know that goddamn broad who lives in the submarine. Yeah. So like she looks like Divatox and Rita mixed together. So there's kind of like a cheesy aspect. I was hoping for like, and I don't know why this is something that anyone can hope for. I was hoping for it to look like high tech and great, but also a little bit cheesy and lame. I was hoping that they could somehow manage the polar opposites of what you would go for in something like that and make them live together. So I was kind of hoping for some of it to be a little like cheesy. Like with Alpha, I hate the way he looks, but I love the fact that Bill Hader is his voice. You know?
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say. Is we have to wait and see what the performance looks like. It could be fucking awesome, and I don't even care about what he looks like by the end of it.
And like with the Power Rangers suits in general, I like the way that they kind of look like the Guyver from like the 90s with motorcycle helmets on.
Total looking like the Guyver.
So I
loved the Guyver. Shout out to the Guyver. Can we get another Guyver movie, please?
I mean, can we just get Mark Hamill as the Guyver, like further down the line,
as
opposed to like the Guyver was sick, dude.
The Guyver was super sick.
Guyver is a fucking sweet movie. It's a great cartoon too, and it's an anime.
Yeah,
mark that down as an anime that I like.
Yeah,
mark it down.
Hey,
put it up on that big board put it up on that giant board we bought to mark down all the animes I'd like, and have the only one up there be the Guyver.
Hey, it's just white space, man. We like white space.
It's just a big giant whiteboard. It's like there's just some like intern back there, and it's like, what did he say? He said he likes the Guyver. Guyver. And the echoes. Okay. He just like climbs like this big fucking like Indiana Jones fucking Ark of the Covenant ladder. Climbs all the way to the top. Marks down just one. He's like, did he say he likes any other ones?
While I'm up here.
No, he didn't. It's okay, I'm coming down. Just our poor fake intern who doesn't exist. We ain't got no money to have no fucking goddamn intern here. And I know that interns are supposed to work for free, but we live in a future where we pay interns some, because I come from an industry where people don't, when they intern for like 2 years and they don't get paid shit. So if I had an intern, I'd make sure they got at least a little bit of dough.
Give them a little something.
Let
that boy live.
But Alpha 5 aside,
you like Rita. I don't.
I like Rita.
You like the Zords. I don't.
You know what the thing is? I think I'm in love with Elizabeth Banks. Period.
Well,
I think what it is. I just I want Elizabeth Banks in like a Marvel movie, or you know what? Actually, you know what? I don't want her in a Marvel movie. I want her in a DC movie so I can care about someone in a DC universe. Because I'm so in love with Elizabeth Banks that it doesn't even matter.
That was coming. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, I feel like I got Suicide Squad this weekend.
Why did you do that, Adam?
Well, because it was free, and
I'm part of free.
And I'm part of the visual effects.
You didn't get it. You just received it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I still got it. It's not like I just like it came and I was like, fuck this, and then threw it back out into the snow, and it's like, you die out there, Suicide Squad. No, I brought it in. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking check it out. And I will say this, and this is not at all that goes back on any of it. It is a movie that does get better when you watch it again, because you are ready for all of its faults. And this is not at all saying that it's a good movie or even that it's an okay or passable movie. It's still bad. It's quite bad. But it's not like, oh God, it's a fucking dumpster fire now. It's just like, yeah, it's bad. I've seen worse.
We can have a scale, you know, like
Yeah,
it's not like just super fucking great or a hot dumpster fire. You know, there are in betweens.
I believe my exact thoughts on the matter are when the credits hit again. I was like, you know what? I've seen worse. Fuck, I've worked on worse. I've worked on worse movies than this. And then I was like, oh yeah, you did work on Conan and fucking Smurfs 2 and the Green Lantern movie. You most certainly have worked on 3 movies that are worse than. And then I was like, oh fuck, I was a principal on Jupiter Ascending. Yeah, I've worked on like 4 movies worse than this. Damn. Oh man, I've worked on a bunch of movies that are worse than this shit. So, you know, Suicide Squad, not as bad as originally fucking ass blasted, but you know what? That ass blasting had to come down the pipe because it deserved it.
It did.
But it needed it. It really did. But yeah,
it super did.
Like, to close out Power Rangers, I'm excited, cautiously optimistic about the whole shebang. Like, I want to see what they do with Zordon because I'm hoping it's Bryan Cranston's head in a tube. I really do. I really hope it's just like the fucking like the original show. And I'm waiting to.
So you saying that though, and looking at what's happened with not only the suits, the Zords, and now Alpha. Like, do you really hold out hope they're going to put his head in a tube?
I'm hoping they do, but I'll tell you what I think is going to happen.
What's going to be the weirdest shit they could possibly come up with for that?
Do you remember the second worst Matrix movie?
Yeah.
The final one, the one where he fights a million Smiths?
Yeah.
Remember when he goes and talks to that giant head made up of fucking
made
robots?
Up of robots, yeah.
It's going to be like that, but it's like organic.
No.
That's my thoughts. Like, he's gonna be a big head sewn into like a fucking Tetsuo fucking Akira arm wall. You know, like Tetsuo's arm. Like, but that's like all of like a million Tetsuo arms.
Get the interns.
A million Tetsuo arms.
Is that another anime you like?
No, this is gonna hurt you. I actually don't particularly care for Akira. I feel like it's wildly overrated, but I think it's art. No, hold on. It's going to come back. I think its art design is incredible. I don't care for it as a story. How about that? I think it's incredibly well designed. The motorcycle's fucking sick. The action sequences are tight. I just don't care for it. That's all. I'm not even willing to go the distance of saying I think it's bad.
Right.
I just don't care for it.
Right.
You're like, all right. I'll allow it, and then I just go, you haven't seen Batteries Not Included. You shut the fuck up.
But that's what I'm talking about. You sting me on this one, I sting you on that. It's going to be a...
Reed, there is no one who can sting me unless you haven't seen Batteries Not Included, and then that's how you cut me deep.
That's the only one.
That's like if I was a Final Fantasy 15 villain where you had to like go around and find like rubies and crocodile shit, or like drive around and talk to mechanics who don't wear clothes, and they're like, I need you to go out and I need you to find Adam Dunn and tell him that you haven't seen Batteries Not Included, which will take away his 10,000 hit point armor, and then you can defeat him and steal his power glove and bring it back to me for 500 rolls of film for your friend to take pictures with. That's how it would work. I know a lot about
that was really well thought out. You really went with that one.
I ran with it. It wasn't the punchline wasn't good.
No.
I didn't even make myself laugh inside my head. And I knew, I was like, I'm taking this one all the way to the end of the line, like Bucky and Cap.
Yeah, because you went too far.
I've already started.
Yeah, it was like, too far to go back. It was a very Harold and Kumar moment.
Yeah, I gotta finish this shit.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, to completely wrap up on the Rangers, I'm cautiously optimistic. I actually think the Max Landis concept art for what he wanted Rita to be was actually a little too fucking outlandish.
You think
because
so?
Like it looks like a fucking skeleton Skeksis from
looks like
Dark
some shit
Crystal.
from the Dark Crystal. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a skeleton. Yeah, it looks like a skeleton Skeksis. Like I was like, oh cool, it kind of looks like Rita from the show, but it also kind of looks like a Skeksis from Dark Crystal. Man, everyone at Hot Topic's gonna go nuts like it was Final Fantasy 15 tie-in. I'm gonna be blasting Final Fantasy's ass all cast, man, and not with anything that like, not even that it deserves it. I'm just gonna be blasting ass on it all night long, just cause.
Okay,
'cause that's the way we do it. All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I lost my train of thought now.
Well, you can find it. Anyone can find Platform 9 3/4 if you have the right wizarding heart, Nicholas Regis, you're a wizard.
No, it was just more. I was thinking more.
Don't get lost a second time. Don't come back and then get lost on the way again.
God damn it. No, I was just thinking of how that would have been more of a traditional feel to it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, we've had so many movies so far that give these nods to, and that's why they're making these movies, though, is because they want to pay a little homage to, the people our age who grew up with this shit.
Right.
There is very little in this movie that pays homage to Power Rangers. So
The helmets.
Okay. All right.
The helmets match.
The helmets match.
And then they just dust off their fucking. All right, we're out. we did enough. We did enough for everybody.
All right, that's good.
We're out of here.
But no, you know what I'm saying though? Like so many other films have had things that nod and give credit where credit's due to its source material. So
absolutely. I mean, I don't know. I'm actually kind of, like I said, how I wanted it to be, but I'm actually really excited to see a movie that just goes, hey, remember Power Rangers? Like, yeah, we're not doing any of the shit that you fucking
ever seen
know.
Power Rangers on weed?
Yeah, have you seen the back of a $20 bill? Just like, yeah.
That's what this is, though. Is like,
well, like I'm excited for that because I'm excited for that in the same way that I was excited for Transformers before we got it because I didn't know what we were going to get.
I was super excited during that first one, even seeing it. It was awesome.
Dude, anyone who's like, man, Transformers just suck dick is like, dude, fuck
wrong.
you.
You're so wrong. You're lying to yourself.
It's like, sure, it wasn't the best movie ever and the Transformers were a little muddled, but tell me you weren't fucking blown away the very first time you saw I am Optimus Prime. It's like, dude, that is so fucking tight. And then they're like, hey, I'm Jazz.
Greatest.
And then they're like, hey, I'm Jazz. What's up, homies? It's like, oh, now you're already starting to ruin it, aren't you?
You're doing the thing. You're doing the thing.
You're already Michael Baying it up a little hard. Don't trash the great moment with this and then ruin it. But yeah, I get that. I can see that with the whole Power Rangers thing.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Give me something.
That's a very proper concern to have because it could go take a right turn into Shitsville real fast.
Well, and that's I think what my major gripe with the trailer was too. When they did the kids in juvie or not juvie, but in detention and shit, they weren't bad kids. Like, what the fuck is this?
Well, I mean, I think they're just trying to swing the fact that maybe these kids aren't bad kids, but they're a little misunderstood.
I get that, but
why?
Because it's too.
Well, no, because I mean, let's look at it like this. This generation of film,
you are right. We can't do the fucking Breakfast Club Power Ranger form. I think that's exactly what they're going for. Is look at the age of filmmakers now. They're my age and older and some younger dudes. So 25 to 35. And this age group, not including the old guard. Obviously, there are people who are older than 35 making kick-ass movies. But this young guard who are getting these lower budget blockbustery movies that aren't me. Yeah.
Also, all grew up watching John Hughes flicks and shit. So it's we should totally make them kind of troubled teens because that'll be fucking kind of cool. Because then it's kind of like the Breakfast Club, but they're also fucking Power Rangers. Isn't that tight?
Right.
So I get that whole that whole swing. Because I mean, tell you what would be super boring is if they were all five were super clean cut,
super straight
kids
edge,
cool kids who love martial arts like the show. Billy's super smart, but we're all great kids. Let's all go work at the blood drive today. No one wants that. No, because that's not what life is. Because most teenagers are hey, you want to go volunteer at the blood drive? No.
Nope. No, I do not.
They got somebody else to do that shit. I'm going to fucking hang out and play Nintendo Switch.
Play video games or watch Marvel movies.
Play the Nintendo Switch. Dude, you fucking perfect segue.
Yeah, man. You see it? That's what I'm here for.
Perfect segue. What do you think about this Sebastian Stan Instagram situation?
I love it.
You know?
It's got to be number one. It's got to be confirmation. Has to be.
I gotta tell you, I don't think it is.
You don't think it is?
I don't think it is because
these people do nothing that is not premeditated.
Marvel's lips are so tight that if they were gonna go ahead and guarantee that they were switching the captain,
point. It's so vague, man.
I mean, it's vague in saying hey, thanks. Preview of things to come. That's just not vague as it gets. It's I'm gonna be Captain America someday. Check out my sweet, Winter Soldier Star Shield.
His exact words were thanks and shout out to these people who made this thing, or whatever that company name was. But then ellipsis with will come in handy.
Right. Will come in handy is such an open-ended I'm gonna be Cap.
That's my point.
And now but the thing is I don't think Kevin Feige and them would allow something of that proportion to be let out.
You don't think so? Think about this point in the game.
Look at it like this. At the last Disney Expo, when they showed the trailers for Guardians and that all the footage they've shown, they've been ironclad about nothing getting out until they want it to get out. And I don't think that they would want something like that to be so close and so just oh look, Steve Rogers is going to stop being Captain America. If anything, it's a
But
mystery.
Feige himself has already spoken on that, and that Steve Rogers doesn't have to be Captain America.
Well, sure, because
in their movie universe.
I honestly think that they're going to go with the whole Nomad thing. When they say that Steve Rogers doesn't have to be Captain America, I don't think that's them. I don't think that means that they're oh yeah, somebody else will be Captain America. I think that's Kevin Feige going, yeah, Steve Rogers is going to be Nomad or doing his own thing for a while, because him denouncing the whole Captain America thing is a deliberate move from Steve Rogers. It's the logical conclusion of his arc, because he starts off as, I love America, I'm doing the right thing. And then he realizes that the country that he signed up for isn't the one that he's actually fighting for anymore. Then he finds out again that there's another oversight committee that wants to take his leadership away. And he's like, man, fuck this. I'm going off on my own. I'm doing my own thing now. So that's what I think. I feel like it's too deliberate of them being vague. It's too deliberately vague to mean that they're going to do it. I mean, it feels more like they're being vague, so that way when it doesn't happen, you are like, oh shit, I totally thought it was going to happen. I got swerved.
That's the point of this. It's to get excited in speculation about something. It's to imagine the possibilities.
I get that it's an excellent marketing tool. I don't think that Sebastian Stan will be carrying the mantle of Captain America. If anyone gets the job, it's going to be Sam Wilson, because people fucking love Anthony Mackie.
Dude, he's cut the check.
Cut the check.
Fucking love that.
Shout
out to Anthony Mackie.
That's my own thoughts on it. So I guess, for now, we'll play wait and see. But Nick says it's going to happen. I say it's not going to happen.
Yeah, well. I didn't say it's gonna happen. I'm just hoping. Jesus, man. You're just out to get me tonight.
It's a 50-50 right now. There's no substitute. I'm not getting anyone. Right now, I could
50-50.
I could be getting myself.
You could. That's yeah. You're not lying.
So it's a 50-50. Speaking of
speaking of getting yourself.
Yeah. Speaking of 50-50. Oh
Jesus.
Man. Nick here, and I'm assuming most people fucking love this Death Stranding stuff that's happening. I don't care. Fuck one. I don't have fuck one to give. And shout out to Pete about me saying it loudly and to no one. I mean, I've said it to the entire internet, and I didn't say it in caps either. Dude, I thought you work at an internet company. Do you not even know how the internet works, Pete? Fucking get out of here. Go have some fucking raisins at the snack bar, you dork. I love you, Pete. Don't ever let that me calling you a dork and telling you to have raisins make you think otherwise.
Who eats raisins?
I don't give a shit about. I just don't give a shit. I've never given a shit about Kojima's games. Yeah, they're all super convoluted and boring, dude. All of them.
And that's cool. I don't know why we're talking about this. I love it. You hate it, and most people love it.
I mean, I want to get informed. I like understanding. Where it comes from. I mean, the only thing that I think is really intriguing is the whole side-by-side trailer thing where Norman Reedus loses the baby and then Guillermo del Toro gets the baby. That's the only thing I was like, oh, that's really cool. It's like a kind of a duality thing. That's kind of neat. But then, when Caecilius shows up with his underground tentacle
I laughed
soldiers.
Out loud. That was really great. Because he really does.
Caecilius,
eyes,
Death Stranding takes place in the dark dimension. It all makes sense. It's a Marvel game.
But no, I mean, the first one, I don't even play that many Kojima games. I just know about the whole circumstances past. I know what he's worked on. B, I have a lot of respect for the guy. And C, I know what happened, whatever, 2-3 years ago it was, with him and Guillermo and Norman working at Konami on Silent Hills. And when they put out PT, and how you can't even get, people have People sell PlayStations with PT on the hard drive for extra money because you can't get this fucking demo anymore.
Right.
So
and they shout out to everyone who plays the demo PT because you guys finally unlocked all the secrets according to Kojima and company.
Oh, really? There's stuff that was still unlocked and they were waiting for?
They're like, it took 2 years to find it all.
That's tight.
So shout out to that. Continue.
Sure.
Mr. Regis.
So anyways, yeah, so I don't know that much about much of anything except of the circumstances and what this came from. So like everything that led up to this. And then going back and hearing what had happened last year at the Game Awards and shit. So I just think it's this really cool, like, kind of underdog story in a way, of Kojima thinking, you know, like, shit, where am I going to go? What studio am I going to work for? Who's going to be crazy enough to take on my crazy ass work? I mean, because look at the games he has done. So I think it's really cool, and I like his art direction. I love the wild ass shit he comes up with, and part of the appeal of this newest trailer was dissecting it and seeing if there's anything to the gameplay revealed in this or what this game is going to be about. Because we don't know fuck all about this game. We just have 2 very good looking trailers with with an actor and then a director. So looking at it and looking at like these World War II soldiers with, you know, skulls as their heads, but clearly Mads' character is a more modern soldier. And clearly this isn't in the past, you know, with all these, I mean, the planes have propellers and shit, but basically like that's the fun in it, is just trying to dissect it and look at all these different things that are going on in this trailer and see, just try to piece it together, basically see what the game could be about. That's me personally. Right. I can't speak for everybody, but
that's understandable. Like, but for me, like seeing the skeleton face World War II soldiers, I'm like, oh, somebody saw Heavy Metal. Someone saw the Heavy Metal movie from back in the fucking 70s. I'm like,
shout out to Heavy Metal.
Like that's cool, dude. Heavy Metal's pretty sweet. It's just like, for me, just to get like my rationale behind it is like, I don't buy Kojima's like, I didn't know where I was going to go. I didn't know I was going to work. I'm like, you're one of the most heralded video game creators in the history of the genre. It's like Shigeru Miyamoto being like, if Nintendo fired me, I don't know who would hire me. It's like, the fuck you do,
I don't know
dude.
If it actually went down that way. I'm paraphrasing.
No, Konami fucked him. Konami absolutely fucked him. Like that is not like up for debate. They fucked over a legend, and that's not tight. And, you know, my not like of his games notwithstanding, you can't deny the fact that his influence and his presence hasn't been felt through the entire game industry. So, like, that's not 100%. What I'm trying to say.
Right.
I just don't buy the, like, I didn't know where I was going to go.
You think it's hyperbole?
Well, yeah, I feel like it's dude, it's so, like, fucking, it's like when the hot cheerleader at school is like, I don't know why everyone's so mean to me all the time. It's just like, come on, bro. Like, there are people lining up to be your friend. Like, so like with Kojima, when he's like, I don't know where I was going to go. It's like, you anywhere, any studio on the planet probably would have just hired you on anywhere, any American studio, Bethesda, Obsidian,
sure.
Fucking Platinum Games would probably put out anything you'd make because Platinum Games is full of fucking nut bars like you. Grasshopper Manufacturer ran by Suda51. He's a fucking crazy person just like you. You know, so it's like, I don't buy it. Where it's like, oh yeah, let's feel bad about it. It's like, I feel bad that Konami fucked you over. I don't feel like your options were as limited as you make. It's not like Keiji Inafune, where like he fucking created Mega Man and shaped our early years of video games. Asked Capcom if he could make a mobile game studio. They said no, so they fucking shut him down, and he didn't have anywhere to go, so he had to make his own studio because, you know, in this current climate of video game development, like Keiji Inafune, guys who can do what he can do are like a dime a dozen. They're like dudes like me in my basement making games like Mighty Number 9, you know?
Right.
It's not, you know, it's not the same. Like Kojima's like, oh yeah, where would I go? I only fucking did Metal Gear and Silent Hill. Like, only 2 of the most important games ever made. Which you know what? I have to take that back because I fucking love Silent Hill. I love the Silent Hill games, but I don't like the fucking up the ass pretension of Metal Gear. Like I fucking have always hated. Yeah. I've always hated the fucking how far up its own.
A lot of gamers do. You know, they want to play a game. They don't want to watch their game.
Exactly. I don't want to watch a 90-hour movie.
Yeah. Nobody. There's no argument there.
So,
but it's the look of it, I think, and that's why they sell a shit ton of art books and you know, like the art of Metal Gear and stuff like that. The villain design. That's why they're so important. and kind of. No, I don't want to sidetrack on that. I was gonna say like kind of why I didn't care about the villains in Titanfall in a way, you know, like because they weren't that unique and well designed and super, you know, like just crazy and wild, outlandish and out there. So I don't. That's to me what that shit is. So
that makes perfect sense. That I can meet you with about halfway there. I can meet you on that. I can meet you on that one. But shifting us out of 50-50 territory, I believe we're both 100% on board with Breath of the Wild being that maneuver, dude.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for Breath of the Wild that I like called the GameStop. I was like, can I pre-order a Switch right now? Like, we don't even know how much it costs. I'll just give you like $400 or $500. Can I just give you like $400? Can I just give you like $400? Just put it on hold for right now.
Yeah.
And then like you'll just I'll probably spend it on games. So like you guys just hold on to it.
That though, shit, and I should do the conversion, but I had heard on PSX I Love You XOXO or PS I Love You XOXO, they got a rumor from somebody, I forget the site or who it is, but somebody in the UK leaked RRP pricing for it at a deluxe one at £250. So I don't know
like
what the conversion is there.
So around like $475, like $450.
Is that
right?
what that would be? I guess.
Well, because I mean the you know like the standard thing that most people do is like the GBP is like two American. So like £450.
Yeah, here, I'll just look it up.
Oh, I already did it. $571.
Woo. And that's for the deluxe though. That's for Splatoon. That's the one that would come with Splatoon. And this is rumored, mind you. Super rumored. And that's
I'll tell you what, if one comes with Splatoon, I will be buying it with fucking Splatoon. Have you played Splatoon?
No.
It's fucking awesome, dude. It's such a
weird.
a good game, dude.
All right. But then the regular one would be like 200 pounds. So take that for what it is.
250 to 600. There better be something fucking really good to adjust. If Splatoon is a $400 price increase, then we got a problem.
What?
But like,
who said 600? I said 200 pounds and then 250.
Oh, 250 and 200 and 250.
Yeah.
So yeah, then $250 and $300.
Yeah.
So about the price of an Xbox One or a PlayStation now, which is smart to come out of the gate like that.
If it goes this way, this is rumored. So, but yeah, no, Zelda. Oh my God.
Yeah, man, Breath of the Wild looks fucking fantastic. Ooh. It looks so good.
So,
like
are we speaking to the same footage from the Game Awards?
I mean, I'm talking about like the trailer was awesome, and then the gameplay footage was also incredible. If I could highlight what I thought was the best, and then you can say what you thought was the best, and then we'll talk about more and more about whatever. I thought that after he killed the great Moblin and the Moblin dropped that sweet ass sword, that he could just pick it up and it was in his inventory that he had a Moblin sword. That was my jam. I was like, you're telling me that if an enemy has a sweet weapon, I can just fucking smoke him and that's my weapon now? Yeah, buddy. I'll be there, Zelda. I'll be there day one for kicking the shit out of Moblins and taking their sweet swords. So, how about you?
And cooking all the things. I love the this gameplay footage that they did at the Game Awards with two guys on a couch. The one guy tried to take a very heads-on approach to this certain scenario. I think it was like, I can't even remember what the hell was going on, but there were a couple little minions protecting him on the outside, and then it was the main boss. And he just took that shit like straight on and couldn't get around any of the dudes guarding this main area. Handed the controller over because he had died, and then his buddy took a more like stealth approach, and it really resonated with me because of this different way that you could play the game now, because Zelda is open world. It's not like just straight up action hack and slash RPG anymore. You know, you can totally go the stealth route, whip out your bow and arrow and take dudes out at length. That's fucking rad.
And being able to scale the side of a cliff face and then dive down and kill somebody.
And climb up anywhere and dive down. Yeah, like all that shit is wow. So I'm in there, man.
It's super impressive because like they are taking, and I think I texted you this, was that I think it's really nice to see that Japanese game studios are embracing this Western gaming philosophy of, God, we've just been getting our asses kicked in by Western RPGs for like the last 15 years. Like, what are these, like, instead of just constantly doing the same thing over and over and over again, which has been Nintendo's forte, they're finally looking at stuff where it's like, well, what could we do? What do people love about The Witcher? What do people love about Skyrim? Well, they love that it's open-ended and you can fucking push the quests at your own pace. We should make a Zelda where the world's super big and like dungeons and stuff are all over the place and there's treasures to be found, and not have it be so linear and tied together. You know, it's awesome.
You can live a life as Link.
You know, or as everyone's starting to rumor, as Zelda. Because Zelda, or if whoever that girl is, does the Arthur fist at the end of the trailer. You know, puts down the little fucking Arthur angry fist from all the internet memes that we've come to know and love. Shit. So, you know, who knows? But like Breath of Wild, get here as fast as you can, man. Because like you've already got my money for the Switch, which means that I'm in for a new Smash Brothers and I'm in for a new Mario Kart. And, you know, and like I said, and like we had already talked about before, Nintendo is playing the smart game. They're playing the way that they played the Wii right now. They're playing everything super close to the chest. They're innovating again. And they're coming with an idea of a console is also your mobile gaming platform, which is something Nintendo has ruled with an iron fist for 15, 20 years now. You know? And they're really switching it up, and they're taking their smaller games, you know, your like Picross or your Pushmo and Pulmo, or the little 3DS Note thing that everyone seems to love, or like Nintendo Dogs, and they're moving all of that shit to iOS because they know that they could sell a game like that for $20 on iOS and actually get the money. Nobody but Nintendo could pull something like that off.
Yes.
So like now,
because Mario's going to be what, like $10?
Yeah, it's going to be like $15 for a fucking runner. And I'll tell you this right now, I've already got the money put aside. I'm probably going to buy it because like
fucking madness.
Because that's, you know, that's what's up. That's, you know, it's how it works.
$10 for a goddamn game. You just hold your thumb on the phone.
But the smart thing about it is that like Nintendo is like, oh yeah, instead of making another 3DS to further push the tech forward, why don't we just make an app and let Apple continually build the new hardware for it?
Ooh.
Yeah, and there's only like 57, 60 million iPhones in the world at any given time. That's a great place to put our smaller titles and make it happen. Let's partner with Apple and do that.
Yeah.
And then what do we do with our console? Let's make it a fucking portable console.
Let's make it fucking mobile. Let's make the people take it with them.
You know? Yeah, exactly. And then like we were talking about a couple weeks ago, Pokemon Stars being leaked into the ether of saying that we're going to have our first console fucking Pokemon game. You know, so it's like Nintendo is playing this game smart again because I feel like after the Wii, they thought that people really wanted any idea they would cook up. And the Wii U was a big miss because they went the opposite direction. It wasn't, what if your console was portable? It was like, what if your 3DS was attached to your TV? Because that's what the Wii U is. It's the two screens, but it's like sit down and play it. And they're like, oh, that version didn't work. All right, well, what if your fucking Nintendo Wii was something you brought with you? And they're like, holy shit, that's awesome. You know, they're like, what if we went the other way? And it turns out to be fucking dope. So I'm fucking rock and rolling this whole Zelda thing. I'm rock and rolling this whole Nintendo Switch thing. Everyone knows that. I'll tell you even
March,
further.
Right?
Yeah, March of next year. Furthermore, you are an angel, sir, because you telling me yesterday that fucking Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was on the PlayStation Store.
Yeah, man.
Made my day yesterday.
Yeah, man.
It made my goddamn day. And I bought it. I immediately played it as Taskmaster and did an arcade run, and it felt great. I had Taskmaster, Frank West, and Sentinel.
Hell yeah.
And I ran through that bad boy, and it was a lot of fun. I'm super happy about that. And then Capcom took it even further and brought us a trailer for Marvel vs. Capcom 4, which is now Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. And it looks like it's going to have some Power Stone style elements to it, which is a great idea. I think it's really cool. It'll add some variety to these fights, and it's going to be super cool. And we got our first. We're batting 1,000 on character picks right now because we said Captain Marvel, bam, Captain Marvel right out of the gate.
Right out of the gate. Do you think that was? So I'm wondering. Do you think this is our first kind of look at Captain Marvel?
I think it is because she doesn't have short hair like she does in the comics right now. Like it looks very much, and she looks a lot like Alison Brie.
Yeah.
So it's like I was like, oh, okay,
that's what my immediate thought. I was like,
and I mean, and what a perfect weekend. Capcom has the Capcom Cup, PlayStation has their event, and Disney has an event.
Oh shit!
What a weird place to announce a game exclusively for PlayStation, made by Capcom in association with Marvel. Then on a weekend where all three of them are holding events. It's just perfect, you know. It's pretty damn awesome, and I'm super excited about all of that. I'm so excited, and after seeing that fake image make me super happy, and then finding out it being fake hurt me deeply. I really want Ant-Man in this goddamn game. Like, just imagine like his fucking like his 3-bar attack where like you got like Deadpool being like bang 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 and Rocket firing like a big rocket launcher, and then out of nowhere it's just goes a Giant Man and just a big fist comes down and just smashes the enemy team.
It would be so
or
good.
like him stomping on someone. It's like this.
I'm just wondering, given the newness of the graphic engine, it looks like what they're gonna have to be updating there. Mm-hmm. And looking at the roster of 3, if they're going to be able to go as big as we hope.
Well, the weird thing for me is
that's a lot of renders.
Here's the weird thing for me. They didn't show a 3-on-3 fight. They showed a 2-on-2 fight. Right. So I feel like the engine feels like it's going to be fine because it looks like they're going with the more cartoony, softer rendered Marvel vs. Capcom 3 style, which I'm totally okay with. I think that's dope. I'm intrigued by the idea of tag team fighting only, as opposed to the original 3-person roster. And I think I think that's also really cool. And thinking about the long-term roadmap of how they did Capcom or Street Fighter V, with having a 7-year cycle.
Yeah.
So I'm super into like all of these things as an idea, and I feel like the game is probably going to launch with like a 32 to 40 person roster, which I know is still like 13 less than Marvel vs. Capcom 2. But I think by the end of it, we'll have a bigger roster than Marvel vs. Capcom 2. And I think we'll get characters faster than Street Fighter. Because I feel like it's an easier game to program characters for because there's a lot more like similarity in characters with the exception of like their special moves. So that's my take on it. I'm super excited that it's absolutely real, and it's nice to know that our Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is a nice placeholder for us to play while we wait a year for Marvel vs. Capcom 4.
But
so
it's just good to know. It's awesome to have something kind of get talked about, rumored, and find out and have it confirmed all within like kind of a week of each other. I think.
Right.
So,
yeah,
that was pretty rad.
How did you feel about that Last of Us 2 trailer?
Dude, I screamed out loud.
It was great. It was real good.
I had no idea.
Yeah, it was real good. It was really, really good.
I was just... What was I doing? I can't remember what the hell I was doing. Doing something. I was playing Final Fantasy, probably.
Probably fishing.
Probably fishing.
Or fetching rubies for oddly Italian accented guys with platinum hair.
It's Dino.
Hey, look at these guys, the pizza pasta you got on my rubies.
Capisce.
Yeah. These are my guys. This is like, God, Final Fantasy just doesn't get it.
No, they don't, not anymore. But anyways.
But either way, that Last of Us 2 trailer, lovely.
Holy shit.
Ellie's older. And
she
apparently
she's
angry.
Yeah, very.
You know? I'll tell you what, though. I'm just like, you get the fuck out of here, Joel.
You don't like Joel.
Oh, I don't like what he did.
Yeah.
I don't like what he does.
Yo, then did you know, because I was watching the panel after, later in the day, the 2 voice actors, Troy Baker and I forget her name, were talking to Sony, and the guy from Naughty Dog was there. And they were talking about how they did this thing, One Night Only, it's called, and it must have been some special event thing, but basically a piece of it, the voice actors were on stage and did I don't want to say improv, but a live reading of bonus content of what would have been immediately following the ending of The Last of Us.
Cool.
Yeah, so I'm like, and they had this. The reason I bring it up is because they were having this conversation of whether or not it was to canon. Because Troy Baker was like, and you remember, and I'm speaking as Troy Baker. He's like, yeah, but you remember we did that one night only thing, and you said that wasn't a canon. And the guy from Naughty Dog was kind of like, well, so everybody kind of like stops on stage and like, well, wait a minute, like what? So I got to go back and watch this thing.
Very tight.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to check that out. That's gonna be
because that
awesome.
is like literally definitively just one of the best endings of a video game ever. I don't know how you can possibly end a video game better than that. Like I really don't.
It is a really good ending. It's a very, very good ending to a game. It's a very good end to a very good game.
Right. So and it's like, and that's why I think this felt so great. And granted, when did you play it? When did you originally play it?
When I got my PlayStation, it had it installed on it.
Okay, so
I only played it in the remastered.
Yeah. I didn't play and that's me too.
A couple of years ago.
Okay.
Maybe 2 at most.
Okay. So I only played it, a year ago. So I haven't had to wait this long, so I don't know what that's like for any of you who have played this game and felt this deep attachment to those characters.
Well, I mean,
I don't know how
you personally have felt the wait longer than anyone for Last of Us. I mean, come on, man. Final Fantasy 15, bro, you've been waiting like a decade for another.
Well, yeah, no, and yes, that is true. But I mean, I don't know to this game. Like, yes, I had investments in the characters in Final Fantasy 7, but this isn't a sequel to Final Fantasy 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 or anything. It's not the same characters.
Right.
So it's not the same weight. It's, and that's why I bring that up is because I don't know what that's like to wait 5 years for something that you felt that attached to. Because I don't know how you can play this game and not feel attached to those characters. So yeah, just to see this trailer and as it got brought up, like you said when you had sent it, like the crowd oohs and ahs are like the best part.
The pops make it even better. It's like when you watch that Infinity Wars bootleg trailer, and then when the fucking fist turns and there's Thanos, and everyone's
people are just like, yeah!
And then they're like, Avengers, Infinity War, and everyone screams again. You're like, God, I'm getting fucking fired up from this shit too.
But from the first shot, and it's just woods, just trees and woods, you just hear everybody just go, oh, you can just hear the room almost just freeze.
Everything is better with a hot crowd. Like if you're gonna go to any type of entertainment thing or watch anything, movies, a hot crowd is always better than than anything else.
Yeah, man, I genuinely felt like emotional watching that shit. Like hearing the crowd reactions, knowing what I felt with that game. It was genuine fucking joy. Like,
yeah, man,
hell yes.
Nuts bar is awesome. Like, imagine the energy of being in the room when that happens.
I can't. I probably would have wept. I literally would have wept.
Just be so fucking good. Oh man, we're excited. We're very, very excited.
And we still have to wait who knows how long. But yeah, this is just that. So it's like they just need to do what they did with the first one, I guess, or what I keep hearing they did with the first one, and leave their announcement at that and just be silent for the next year or two and do your damn thing and just come out and blow everybody's fucking minds. And
not nearly as exciting from Naughty Dog for anyone but me, but the remake of Crash Bandicoots 1, 2, and 3.
Back.
Coming to PS4. I'm into all of that.
I'm into it.
Other notable stuff from PSX. We got a trailer for the sequel to Nier, which a lot of people are really going to be excited about.
Yeah, so and this is what I wanted to kind of maybe get a little 5 minutes with you on, because you are the one who brought up Disgaea to me. And I don't understand kind of how you can write off so many of the JRPGs and animes and stuff like that when you love Disgaea so much.
Well, I mean, here's the process. Disgaea is a functional love. Like it plays to the things that I love. I don't
statistics.
I don't care for like the fucking shweepy weepy fucking dumb talking in between fights. But I tell you what I do love. I fucking have loved chess and strategic games my entire life. So when I'm presented with a board filled with characters and I strategically move around and I can pick up the battlefield and throw them at people and like move the world around and like kind of outgame my opponent, that plays directly to what I loved. Like tactical RPGs.
Okay, word.
I've always loved those. And then like the weird like niche things that basically give an endless replayability, like the 9,999 as a maximum level for a character, and then you can go over it. You know, it's like, oh yeah, they have a max level, and then you can go over
wild.
that. And then like the fact that you can go inside of a health potion and level that health potion to level 9,999, and then you get a good weapon, and you can train that weapon by going inside of it and getting it to S rank, and then getting that S ranked weapon to level 9,999 and generate a new version of it, and go like, I love Disgaea because like it's a game that like constantly just gives you things, and then on top of that, any enemy you defeat, you can, under certain circumstances, you can learn how to generate them for your team, because that plays right into my whole fucking Pokemon thing where I love to capture, like, I love Disgaea for its functionality. Okay. I don't love it.
It has nothing to do with character design or anything.
It has zero to do with any of that stuff. Like I think some of the characters are neat, but like functionally it's a game that I love. I do love the Prinnies though. They're like, dude, like I love those I just unabashedly love.
Dude,
but
not
like
cool, dude.
Yeah, but like the other stuff like Etna and like the fucking Dark Prince.
Okay.
You can miss me with all of that.
Okay. So yeah, because I had seen all these, you know, and I only noted the ones that I thoroughly enjoyed the trailers for that they had shown at PSX. And they looked really, really cool. A lot of JRPG stuff. A game. But yeah, you had mentioned Nier Automata, or you knew it was a sequel to something, or what?
Yeah, it's a sequel to Nier. I'm assuming. I haven't played Nier, and Nier Automata doesn't really do much for me. It's like, like Robotic Opera Singer was tight.
Sure.
But the thing that does do it for me is like a Platinum Games production. I'll play anything that Platinum Games does. Same thing with like we were saying earlier, I'll play anything that Suda51 makes too.
Cool.
I play, Killer 7, Killer is Dead, No More Heroes, Shadows of the Damned, like all that goofy shit that Suda51 does. Okay. I play Lollipop Chainsaw. I'll play all of those. Because that dude's fucking... He's bonkers in the opposite way of Kojima. Like, his shit's bonkers, but it's at face value only. There's no depth to any of it.
Right.
But, like, Nier Automata, when they're like Platinum Games, I'm like, oh, I'll play that. I fucking love Bayonetta. I'll fucking absolutely play whatever you're making. Because I don't know anything about Nier. I don't know shit about it.
Right.
But it's like, I'm like, it looks neat. It looks really neat.
Exactly. And that's what caught me. I'm like, oh, you got me on visuals. So
I'm like, it looks neat. You've got my interest peaked. I think we're both on board for Ni no Kuni 2, though.
100%. You know that one too, then.
Yeah, I mean, I played Ni no Kuni.
Amazing.
You know, and I liked Ni no Kuni. Like,
my god.
Like, I loved like the way that it played. I never finished Ni no Kuni just because like we were saying before the show started, like there's a certain level like when something gets just so Japanese game play that like I start to slow down and I start to not care. Like the more they layer it on and the more they layer it on, which is probably why I have no inkling in Final Fantasy 15 because it just looks like that from the jump. Like they just drop you right into like a 30-layer like Japanese RPG situation.
Yeah, it's pretty much what it is.
And like Ni no Kuni is like that's cool. The fact that you can level up the ability to like hop and jump and like basically do useless skills, and the fact that like Studio Ghibli is amazing. I mean that's I consider them more like a Disney style animation studio than I consider them the way I view anime. So like watching like oh shit, Studio Ghibli is doing the art
Ghibli's
for it
behind this, huh?
Yeah, just like they were behind the first one.
Oh
so
yeah,
it's
they are developers. Studio Ghibli.
Yeah.
Look at that.
So
Level 5 in Ghibli.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
That's
amazing. I'm fucking stoked now.
Yeah, and so it's like, just like the first one, it was amazing. And I was surprised. The only thing that surprised me about the Ni no Kuni 2 announcement was not the announcement that Ni no Kuni 1 was going to be made available for the PlayStation 4. Because I was figuring that a day filled with, hey, we got a new one coming, here's the old one that you can play now.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that Ni no Kuni wasn't announced for that right out of the gate. Which I don't know. I don't know anything about PlayStation Now. I don't know if that's on there. But it's a bummer because it's like I really wish PlayStation Plus had more backwards compatibility games on there because Ni no Kuni was a free PlayStation 3 game like 4 months ago. So that would have been really cool. The other two that you have listed, I don't know anything about. So if you want to take the reins.
So Nex Machina is just a really, really super dope arcade shooter. It's the follow-up to Resogun. I don't know if you played that at all.
I didn't, but I saw Resogun, and it started to make me get excited in the way that I like Geometry Wars.
So, and that's what this kind of, the old, what are they? I forget the old shooters.
Twin stick shooters?
Yeah, there you go.
Like Tempest or Centipede?
Yeah, man, there we go. Well, that but I'm brain farting hard anyways, but no, it just looks like a beautiful top-down arcade shooter.
Like Gladius or Raiden
There we
X?
go, Gladius, yes, or Raiden. Raiden was the one I was looking for. There we go. Yes, just heinous. Just your screen, you just don't play it if you have epilepsy.
Bullet hell, basically.
Yes, fuck yes.
Because bullet hell games are right up there. Same way with, not Suikoden, but never mind. Not important.
Yeah, no, not, but and then the last one, and I figured you would have known about this one. Let It Die. It's
nothing.
So fucking weird. I don't even know. I just saw the trailer for it, and I was like, "This looks so bizarre." I'm all in. It's Suda51's free-to-play version of Dark Souls.
Oh, then yeah, dude. Then I'm absolutely there.
See, so
it guaranteed sounds like that somewhere down the line someone has like a gun that like a dick gun.
Yes, it's the most ridiculous shit you've ever seen in your life.
Somebody has a dick gun. Someone's made entirely out of pudding. It's like, oh no, you have to use your fucking ass cleaver. What's an ass cleaver? Well, it's when you wrap your ass around someone and smash your cheeks together, and that's what you have to use to kill the pudding boss. I'm like, oh my god, these games are so fucking odd. But it's like, well, what is? But Suda, what does it mean when you use your ass cleaver to kill the pudding monster? It just means that you stuffed a bunch of pudding in your ass. Like that's that's why I love Suda. He's like, because like I think women are very beautiful. That's why I wanted a cheerleader to be the lead in one of my games.
Right.
So it's like fucking goofy ass shit like that.
It's used, and this was written on Polygon here, and I'm talking. This is quoted from them here. You start Let It Die with nothing but your underwear, and you must fight your way through the game, collecting gear, weapons, and mushrooms to help you stay alive.
Of course you do.
I can't even get this out straight. Much like Dark Souls, you'll die a lot in this game. However, unlike the punishing games created by From Software, Let It Die puts a spin on death. Every time you die, your death data gets uploaded to every other player, and you become an enemy in their game.
Cool. That's so cool.
So it's not clear how the free-to-play mechanics will work or how necessary they will be, but the game is available now on PlayStation 4, has remote play for support on the PS Vita, and yeah, so go grab that if you're into it.
I'm getting Let It Die tonight. That's gonna happen. That's gonna happen, baby. I'm gonna fucking walk around with the mushrooms in my underwear, and I'm gonna be in so many people's games. I'm gonna show up in your game, and like the thing that makes me super excited about this then is like, imagine once you're at end game level.
Yeah.
You're a boss, dude.
Yeah, you're a boss.
You're a boss fight in someone's game. You're some dude in his underwear with a fucking ass cleaver that you stole from a pudding monster filled with mushrooms, and you're the fucking boss of someone's game. That's so dope. That's so fucking cool. I'm so into that. I'm so into that.
Well, good thing one of us is watching the game showcases.
Dude, I don't have to watch game showcases, baby. I'm a mover and shaker. I'm too busy shaking and moving and moving and shaking. But
all the things.
So that was our little PSX showcase. We got a few more items for you here before we call it a show. Netflix officially announced today. We don't have much to talk about with this other than it's great. Netflix announced today in association with the Disney thing that happened this week, and that's CCXP or whatever. Luke Cage is getting a season 2, which is kind of just duh. Of course it is. It absolutely is. Side note, I ordered my Luke Cage vinyl yesterday, so I've got the whole set now. So I hope that makes you happy, Reach.
That does. It warms my heart.
It makes me a little happy. Probably the greatest thing. Well, maybe it's the second greatest thing. Maybe it's close. It's probably a tie. But the greatest thing from this week.
Yeah, no, it is. It 100% is.
A full-on trailer that absolutely nails it.
Slayed it. They just slayed.
For Guardians 2. Guardians Volume 2, which I assume by this point, when this comes out on tomorrow, that you guys will have seen it. If not, run to the
Run.
internet. I don't know how you run
Run.
just run to the internet and go watch
Stop
this thing.
everything.
And you'll really, really enjoy this. Just so funny. So much fun. So little storytelling involved in
Yep.
it, but so much character moments. Baby Groot being amazing. Rocket and him and like the whole... Did anyone have a piece of tape? No.
Oh my God.
If anyone would have
Nobody's
tape...
got a piece of
If
tape.
anyone would have tape, it would be you. I got to do everything myself. And then just, I am
banter.
Groot! And just... That is a very bad sign.
Quick before that, I was kind of reading some things, and I think that scene was taken a little bit differently than how it was how it's perceived to be taken. So meaning he's supposed, like I think they're using his size, and well, I'm not the only one. I read this. I can't take credit for this. They're using his size to get that bomb to where it needs to be. Like he didn't just like take it and run off.
Right. I think his gung-ho nature has Rocket on edge.
Oh, total.
Because it's like he clearly still doesn't understand what he's doing.
Oh,
but
that's
he's
the best
just,
part.
He's just so
I am
excited
Groot.
about it. Yeah.
I am Groot. I am Groot.
No. That whole back and forth is great. I am Groot. Yeah. I am Groot. Right. I am Groot. No. Just no, that part's wrong, dude. Just like you nailed the first two parts of the three-parter, but the third part you got it all wrong.
Mantis looks amazing.
Yeah, Mantis looks fantastic, and like the bit at the end with Drax just laughing at the embarrassed Star-Lord. It's just I guess I do feel a general love for everyone. No, sexual love,
selfish love
for her. Oh, she told everyone your secret. You must be so embarrassed.
Do me next. Do
me. Just like
I can't wait for this movie, man.
And I mean, and clearly the soundtrack is just
again
on the run. Dun, dun. Like this is gonna be so fucking dope. And it's just like, oh, I'm ready. My body is ready. And you know, like I said, that shit that wasn't supposed to be a trailer that turned into a trailer was a big miss. For me personally, and I think you can see now why that is a big miss by comparison to what the trailer from them should be for Guardians. Because it's like this is like yup, pacing intent and pacing intent and pacing intent. Whereas like the other one's just like here is stuff and here is stuff.
Yeah.
Here is stuff. Here is stuff.
We know that's what he said, though. Come on.
Well, yeah, I know we said that, but then it was shown in front
of James Gunn some fucking slack.
But then it was shown in front of a fucking movie as a trailer. Don't you talk to me like that.
That's not on Gunn.
You know that is on Gunn. He said it wasn't a trailer. He's in total control of Guardians, but he was like, "Let it be a trailer." He lied to our faces about it.
He did lie. I told you I was going to tweet about it, but I didn't. I should.
Oh man! Also in trailers, did you see the Mummy?
I didn't watch it. I didn't know.
I'm kind of geeked.
Mummy. So it is a reboot.
It's a reboot. It has nothing to do with.
I can't do it without Brendan Fraser, man.
Oh, you're gonna want to, dude. Sophia Boutella. Sophia Boutella is the mummy. They're a female mummy. She's got 4 eyes inside of her normal eyes, and they look awesome. Like her iris is split into extra eyes inside of her eyes.
That's crazy.
And it was gross and awesome.
That's just crazy,
and there's
man.
there's this amazing sequence in a plane in the trailer where like the plane just goes nuts and like a flock of ravens like punch through the fucking plane and kill the pilots by going through their heads and shit.
Oh my god!
Like, and
so
it
it's
just
an
looks
R-rated reboot or what?
I don't know, but I saw a crow go through someone's eye, and then. And then Russell Crowe is like her familiar, like he's a museum curator who's like, and allow me to introduce you to the priestess so and so. She's here to take back what everyone stole. And like modern day, everywhere is getting fucking destroyed by like her fucking mummy magic. And there's a tight part where fucking
mummy magic, man.
Little fucking mummy magic. That's the title of the show, Flarking Mummy Magic. Where like the windshield of his bus gets blown out and Tom Cruise is like standing and the bus, the bus slides down the street and he basically goes through the entire bus standing still. And it looks good.
So Tom Cruise is our new Brendan Fraser.
He's our new guy in the Mummy reboot. And I'm excited to see how this Mummy thing is going to tie into the Universal Monsters universe as started with Dracula
Is that
Unchained.
what's going on in this one?
Well, all
Is
of
this
those.
a Universal Pictures?
Yeah, Universal owns all of those.
Yeah, no, I know. I know
And-
they're trying to make it a cohesive
and
universe. I just didn't know if this was their mummy.
This is their mummy for it.
No shit.
So that.
All right, well, that gets me a little more interested. Actually, a lot more interested.
That brings you a little bit of the way into the mix.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that's that.
I just
that
don't know
I
how
thought
I
was
feel
great.
about Tom Cruise being.
Yeah, I
being
mean,
the guy.
it's Tom Cruise. You know, you're getting something.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I love Tom. Jack Reacher and
Les Grossman.
End of Tomorrow.
Les Grossman.
Yes.
Listen here, Flaming Dragon. Take 2 steps back and literally fuck your own face. We do not deal with terrorists. And everyone claps.
God
I mean, he's
damn it, Lex.
obviously he's a bonkers Scientologist, crazy man. But like,
Crazy, but he can act like a motherfucker.
you know what you're getting. You know what you're getting with Tom Cruise. You're getting a Tom Cruise action feature, and this time it's got a mummy in it. You know.
Yep.
So let's.
All right, I'm on board. You got me.
Let's get it going. Let's talk about one other lovely little thing.
Yeah.
After we got the
reveal from Disney.
Yeah, that they showed footage. They wouldn't let anyone post it, obviously, but they did talk about it.
And it's rumored that we're getting a trailer this month.
Oh, that's not rumor
It's gotta
anymore.
be
It's officially attached to Rogue One. That's not a rumor anymore. It's going to be attached to Rogue One.
Before we go into this, then I gotta ask, because I asked this question on Twitter, and out of 1,070 fucking people, nobody can answer me. When was the last time a trailer was truly attached to a film before it was released online?
Oh, dude, it's been years.
Right.
It's been years.
So how the fuck are they going to do it with it? Or are they just going to do a simulcast?
Well, I mean, I'm assuming that what's going to happen is that Friday will happen and the movie will come out, or that Thursday
night.
Then that Friday they'll just release it.
Okay,
you know?
so everybody who goes to see Star Wars from 6 to midnight or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway,
if you didn't already need a reason to go see Rogue One, which apparently is fantastic.
Yeah, so dude, 70 millimeter at the zoo. Are we going or what?
I don't like going to the fucking zoo to go see it because it's like
70 fucking millimeter.
I know, it's so fucking far away, man.
No, man, but it's 70 fucking millimeters.
Like it, I'll think it over. I'll think it over for sure, but it's so fucking far. And with your anxiety, do you want to go fucking wait in line at the zoo all night? I'm just saying.
You saw me when we went and saw, what was it,
dude,
Suicide?
Any movie where because we've switched from.
But there was the line, the one that we stood in line in. That was the.
Yeah, I mean, we technically were going to stand in line for Doctor Strange, and then we didn't have to. They just opened the theater, and we all got to go in.
Right.
But
like 40 minutes early.
But for Suicide Squad, we had to stand in line, and
that was bad.
You were very anxious, and you were very unhappy, and but it's a better theater. Like I get it. Like I get the whole. We should absolutely go see it in 70
So,
mils.
anyways, I hope it's attached to that movie, and that is the Spider-Man Homecoming trailer.
Yep, the Spider-Man Homecoming trailer. But what they did talk about at CCXP this weekend is the footage they showed, which is POV of Spider-Man talking to Happy Hogan. Happy gives him a briefcase, like attaché type thing, with a note that says, "Upgrade for Spidey - Tony." And then we see Spider-Man dive off of a building, and instead of thwipping to a building, he goes squirrel suit style and glides with web wings, which a bunch of people on the internet who don't know shit about Spider-Man are like, hey, fucking web wings? Spider-Man sucks now. Why would they add that? And then you have to go, well, John Romita, when he originally made Spider-Man back in the day when he was drawing him as like one of the original artists on him, Spider-Man had web wings. Like he had web wings in the comics, man.
Come on, guy.
And so like the idea of him being able to glide also brings a lot of credence to the idea of he's gonna be fighting the Vulture, and it's gonna be a lot harder for him to fight the Vulture thwipping around and doing something we've already kind of seen before with the Goblin twice, you know, and Electro being able to fly. So it's nice to have him be able to glide, thwip. And we're also, you know, we're probably gonna start actually, instead of having because in the Amazing Spider-Man movies, we barely, if ever, had any problems with him running out of web fluid. It was always like his shooters just got broken.
Just never ending.
But we need to have. We're gonna probably Marvel's gonna go classic with it, and like part of the problem with Spider-Man is he runs out of web fluid in fights. Like he can't carry infinite amount of it. So
No, you can't run around the city and fight everything.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
You
can't be fucking carrying.
flip everywhere.
Yeah, fucking. I'd love to thwip everywhere, but I can't. I can't do it.
Yeah.
Spider-Man shouldn't be able to do it either. But yeah, that's what's coming from the Marvel CCXP. That was like the last big thing aside from Guardians. I'm excited about both of them. I think you're right in that Guardians is the better of the two reveals, but so excited nonetheless. Almost as excited.
We'll see with that Spidey though. That trailer.
I'm ready. I'm ready for it. I'm so ready for it.
So my man, I'm like, I'm giddy. I don't know what is gonna happen. They gotta just kill it.
I think they're gonna. I don't think there's any way after seeing how well Tom Holland basically took over the role as Spider-Man in Civil War.
Right. Well,
to not have it be perfect.
What I mean by that is, don't they outsource for trailers how it gets cut?
Marvel.
Or does Marvel do their own? Basically, they have to have a go-to, right?
Marvel does have like not Trailer Park because that's who Warner Brothers.
That's
uses,
who did the suit. Yeah.
They supervised everything.
Okay.
Marvel is so hands-on, it's almost annoying. It's not almost annoying. It's a fucking pain in the ass with how hands-on they are about everything. As someone who's worked on Marvel shit, it's a pain in the ass. But again, them being a pain in the ass also assures a quality level that doesn't dip. And they've made 15 movies, and there are only 3 mediocre ones out of the whole bunch. So fucking, you know what? Be as anal as you want. You're doing a good job.
Yeah.
Last little tidbit before we go. Next week is the final big release of games that have been in development for over 10 years. Last week we had Final Fantasy 15, which was in development for almost 10 years. And
I didn't know you were into this.
And next week we have The Last Guardian finally coming out after a 10+ year development cycle. 2 games with 20 years combined development on it. I don't particularly care about playing The Last Guardian, but I say that as someone who all I need to do to convince myself to get The Last Guardian is go watch some Shadow of the Colossus stuff and go watch some of Ico. Watch Ico and Shadow of the Colossus and be like, oh yeah, it's the same people who made those fucking very, very important games. So I'll probably get Last Guardian, but I will tell you it will not be before I get the other game that comes out next Tuesday, and that's Dead Rising 4. I'm absolutely getting Dead Rising 4 next Tuesday because Frank West is back, baby. And he's back. And he's back in Willamette, dude. It's back where the very first game started, and I'm ready to take another spin through that world because I fucking love it. I love everything about Dead Rising, and I want more of it. More taping weapons together to make fucking teddy bears that shoot missiles. More shopping carts with electrical fucking car battery and chicken wire on it. I'm ready. I'm ready for it next week. It's going to be fucking awesome. It's going to be so awesome.
Co-op in that shit?
I have no idea, but it'd be cool if you could. It'd be cool if you could. I know that the third one had all like the medals and shit, so maybe not. I know that it's getting out of hand. This whole thing is getting out of hand because I haven't even thought about getting Watch Dogs 2. And I had just finished playing Dishonored 2, so Watch Dogs 2 is on my list. I just started playing The Witcher 3, which I know everyone's gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, man.
And so I got like 1 million hours there. I got Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I've got fucking Final Fantokomon on my PlayStation 4. I've got Dead Rising coming. I got The Last Guardian. Like, it's crazy town, man.
It's madness.
We'd have so much stuff. And as we're wrapping up here, we are working on a feature that we're talking about today. Where, since everyone seems to have a console, we're thinking about trying to have at least one episode a month dedicated entirely to breaking down one of the free games from either Xbox Live or PlayStation Plus every month. So that way you guys can play along with us and we can all kind of come together and have this big discussion via the SoundCloud or iTunes review or the YouTube or Twitter and so on and so forth. And just since, tons of transparency with how we like to run the show because we super duper care about all of you guys. We're also trying to find a way that we can make the YouTube episodes a video cast and the podcast, simulcast at the same time where we record them, the audio and the video. We're working that out. among all these other crazy things as we keep trying to grow this crazy little family that we have here. But we do really, really appreciate you guys. We've seen the numbers, and we're going to keep making sure this thing is a weekly thing, because it seems that you guys seem to like that more than when we're intermittent, like one here, one a month later, 3 days after that one, and one a month after that. So we heard you loud and clear. We're totally on board to make this a thing. This is 4 weeks in a row. And this week, not this week, but the next week, I think, we're going to be going YouTube a day early, then the SoundCloud. So if you want to hear it as fast as you can, next week it'll be out on YouTube, like on Monday, and then on Tuesday it'll be available on the SoundCloud and iTunes for everybody else. So if they're, you got to hear us right away, you'll have to go to the YouTube, and you can just, throw it on in the background via YouTube Music, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, which actually I think works in the oh yeah, you can do YouTube Music, the app. But right. I found out recently, I think the video app does I don't know if just because I was airplaying to my Apple TV or not, but I think it does it in the background now.
Nice.
So I had went back to the home screen, and my shit was still on the TV.
Well, there you go. Then we can rock with you. We can rock with you across the screen. You can also, you'll be able to like Alexa us if you have an Amazon Echo or a Google Play Tube. I don't know. Is Google's Google Play?
Google Home, I think.
Okay. I'm an Amazon Alexa guy, so like I've already got my like tube that I can ask about the weather in my home, and I'm totally gonna buy 6 Alexa Amazon Dots, because I need Echo Dots in all my house, like every room.
Yep.
I want to be in the bathroom, dropping a dime and be like, Alexa, what's the currency in Denmark?
Oh shit.
And
like she's just Johnny on the spot with it.
And she's just going to tell me. And then I'll go about finishing my business in there. And then I will go about my business outside of the bathroom. With that
piece of knowledge, though.
And this is the kind of thing that we could provide for you if you advertised on the Best Flarking Podcast. We're talking about the Amazon Echo right now. We could be doing this for money, baby. We got it covered. Just give us some money to do advertisements in the middle of our show. We need it. We need you to sustain us, baby. Oh, man. I love begging for sponsorships and for our listeners to give us money. But, yeah, that's going to do it for this week. Man, there was so much good stuff. You little flarkers are the fucking apple of our eyes. You are the fucking passion that brings us here. You guys are the best. I know that we say that you guys have been good and we've been better every week, but that's a goddamn lie. It's a goddamn lie. So, to leave it right there, you guys have been good. We've been a little bit better. I've been Dunners to some this whole time.
And I've been Reach.
And he's been Reach. He's been Reach, god damn it. I'm trying to give it some oomph.
I'm just
trying to give it some power here. You just fucking let it roll off your tongue. It's like I'm Dunners to some, and you're like, oh, I'm fucking Reach.
What happened was I'm on that damn Let It Die page again, and I just saw more outrageous photos.
It's just like, hey, look, bro, I've already checked out of this episode, dog. I'm already on to something else.
Oh my god!
All right, that's as good a place to end it as anywhere. This has been episode 38, Flarking Mummy Magic. We will see you guys next week. Be good to each other out there.
We love you.
Excellent. Get the flark out of my house.